Hey, what up? Welcome to this video. I'm making this video for no reason, but you can listen to it and watch it if you want to. It's a free country and you can do what you want. I don't think I'm gonna go skiing this weekend because there wasn't any precipitation on the mountain, and so there's pretty much no snow. You can't ski on the mountain when there's no snow. I've been running more. I'm running because I signed up for a marathon and I'm trying to prepare for it. Running a marathon can be really, really difficult if you don't prepare for it and train properly. I think I would like to run the marathon in under 4.5 hours. A lot of people try to run it in under 4 hours. For me, I think under 4.5 would be good enough because recently I've been running marathons without training at all, and so I've been running like 5-hour marathons, which is not ideal. This is the second video I've made in this format, and I really liked the first one that I made in this format, so I'm happy with this as a video format where I just record and play footage in the background and have background music as well. And the funny thing about this format is just how similar it ends up being to just writing. Like, it really feels like I'm just doing like verbal dictation or whatever, where it's like I pretty much say it and then it gets typed, and it does get typed because I can access a transcript that like an AI mechanism or whatever generates. So I'm pretty much just writing with my words, with my mouth, with my vocal cords. I still do writing, of course, because writing is more fun and you can write without making noise. Actually, what I did with the transcript from my last video of this format is I copied and pasted the transcript and put it into my book that I'm working on. You know, the books, I really do the books just as a form of documentation of my life, so that there's kind of a thing that I'm making and documenting so that it lasts, so that my existence endures. I don't know why it matters, but it just matters to me that I document my life, and to get it printed and for that to be a physical copy of a thing, of a documentation of my experience and everything like that. So I really do advocate for journaling and taking photos and videos and stuff like that, just so you have something to show for all of the life that you're living. Not everybody has the money or camera or equipment to do all that, I guess, but if you have the opportunity to document your life, I think it's really worth it. I started working on making music today, and I'm talking about using GarageBand to make music. So I built some beats, or I was tinkering around with samples and such, and I write poetry, so I already had poetry to use. When you put a beat with your poetry and you read it out, it just becomes like hip-hop. So I was pretty much just making hip-hop music. Speaking of hip-hop, I really liked the album from Clipse, and I liked it when they performed at the Grammys. That's how I found out about their new album, and I really liked it. So they would be kind of an inspiration to some extent in just getting me back into thinking about making hip-hop music in general. So it's like, for me, I like writing and I like making poetry, and then you can make music from poetry, and you can make videos from the writing, and you can make books, obviously. So I'm into this kind of like creative system where I like creating a lot of content, and it's pretty writing focused. Like, writing is the basis of it, and then it turns into more content from there. But now, of course, I'm adding this where it's not, I'm not writing, but I'm just talking. But it's similar in that it's starting in my mind, and it's really just the utilization of my mind is pretty much the content methodology that I use. Just now I had to take a break from recording because my laptop was at 1%, but then I charged it and now it's at like 30%. So now I'm back to recording for this video. I can talk about anything at this point. This video is talk about anything mode. I've been thinking about Australia recently, like as far as I could go to Australia. When I was younger, I had neighbors who were from Australia. They moved away when I was in like first grade, but we used to do like family parties or whatever, and they like babysat us. The older kids in that family babysat us. They were like high schoolers at the time. I also had neighbors from South Africa, and I actually went to South Africa. So I've been to South Africa, but not Australia. But South Africa was pretty cool, pretty interesting. The police in South Africa are very corrupt. They kept pulling us over on the highway and like asking for bribes. It was very irritating. There's a huge economic inequality problem in South Africa. I mean, they were very like segregated for a long time. So there's like some towns that are like completely different than other towns. Like Cape Town has a lot of money, and then like outside of Cape Town it's like not much money. I mean, they had clear like zones where it's like this area has money, this area does not, in a much more striking way than what I've seen in America. You'd get out of Cape Town and you'd see just like thousands of shacks, like with just like scrap metal, and interestingly each little like scrap metal little shelter thing had its own satellite, so I guess they had TVs. It was just way different than anything I'd ever seen before. Maybe that would be the equivalent down there in South Africa. Maybe that would be the equivalent to like trailer parks. I don't know. A lot of people with money are leaving South Africa. But Australia seems really nice. I'd love to visit Australia. They have a lot of cool animals. They have an interesting culture that I would love to experience. You know, I've been to Canada, I've been to England, been to South Africa, of course, as I just talked about. I've been to the Ireland airport. So I've been to all these English-speaking countries, but I have not been to Australia, and Australia is one of the major English-speaking countries. And then if I were to go to Australia, I would feel like I would have to go to New Zealand as well, so I would probably do that. I could go to Asia, but I am a little bit intimidated by Asia and just how strict they are and everything like that. Plus, they don't speak English in Asia as a first language, and I think as far as travel, I would prefer to travel to places where they speak English as a first language. It's just easier. But travel, that's a whole thing. People travel to different places. I'm talking about travel. I guess this is a travel focused video. I guess travel is the theme of this video. It'd be good to travel to islands. I guess I don't really count the Bahamas as non-English speaking. Do they speak a different language in the Bahamas? I don't know. In Jamaica, they speak Jamaican, right? Or is that just a form of English? I don't know. But beach vacations, I think, are very cool. I'm a big fan of beach vacations. They can be very relaxing. I went to the Cayman Islands when I was younger, and I really liked that. Yes, a good beach vacation can be very like pleasant-like and good. Towards the end of COVID, I went to Hawaii with my family, and we were online. We had online school through Zoom, but we went to Hawaii, and it was cheaper because of COVID, of course, but it was very enjoyable. It was very cool. The room we had was cheaper than normal. It was one of the best vacations I've ever been on. So I love Hawaii. I love beach vacations. Mexico is good. I went to Mexico with my friends. Mexico's intense. It's not like Hawaii. I like cruise ship vacations. Cruise ships vacations are in the same category as beach and island vacations, of course, as far as they can be very relaxing. And my only experience with cruise ships comes from my time on Disney cruise ships from when I was younger. And I liked the Disney cruise ships a lot. I liked that you pretty much got unlimited food. There was an ice cream machine, there was pizza. I loved that aspect of it. And I also liked that they had big movies on the big screen, and there were pools, and there was a slide. And I just thought it was really cool. Anyway, that's it for this video. I love how the topic really just creates itself, and what a satisfying kind of way to do a video. I'm really just totally jazzed with this as a video format. So thanks for watching. Have good luck, and like the video and subscribe. Thanks.